Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Curiosity Forge. I feel like something that bears discussion at length, pretty much among everybody in America especially. What in the wide world of sports is the deal with beanie weenies? That's been bothering me for ages. Who in the name of God sat there trying to name their product and landed on beanie weenies and then said, "This'll work great. No one will make fun of this in middle school. We can all say this with a straight face." Cool, print it. I mean, I'm at a loss. But today what I'm going to be doing is another unboxing video. One of our Forging It Forward alumni, Mr. James Duncan, has decided to send me a large box of I'm not 100% sure what yet. He was very mysterious about what he was packing into the box. So that's one of those things that he wouldn't let me pay him, so I agreed to pay it forward at some point when I can. But he's also getting a very, very, very nice Damascus Kiradashi and a sheath. It's soaking in oil right now. I finally figured out the etch so it doesn't come out all ruined and red and nasty, and it took so many tries to figure out how to get that just right. So in a second here, we're going to start unboxing this thing and see what I've got to play with. And it's like 900 degrees in here because I only planned on getting those things etched and in the oil and trying out the flatter that I made, and it works great. I'm so happy now that I fixed it. So I didn't bring down the ice packs, run the air conditioner. I just got a fan going on kind of low in the background. So I'm going to get this done. I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to go back to sleep because I am extremely tired. But let's see what Mr. James Duncan was kind enough to send me. It may be a box of very large aggressive poops. I don't know. And the box is in frame, and I did peel the addresses off so I don't put his information out somewhere he doesn't want it to be. It's the only thing I've done. And look at this razor knife. It's the cutest little thing ever. I've only bought 4 so far. Yeah, they're only $4.50 at Harbor Freight, so if you got one nearby and you like the idea of a miniature razor knife like that, go for it. I brought gloves this time so I don't have to stop and run across the shop and find them. Alright. So, that was per adamant what the forge. Okay. This is interesting. We have what looks like a very large chunk of brass that I'm definitely going to have fun playing with because I've been wanting some pretty hefty brass. This may just be brass plated, I'm not sure. I'll cut a chunk off and see what we got, but either way it looks like it's going to be fun to play with. And we have a nice micarta pin blank size chunk of material. That is very cool. And I believe this is a railroad nail. It's like a cousin of the railroad spike, but they do different jobs with these. This I'm not super familiar with, but it's a nice piece of steel that can be turned into a small project. I'm going to start with the assumption it's non-hardenable and test it from there. We've got a horseshoe, a large one. I didn't have one of these. I wanted to figure out what I could do with a horseshoe, so this is very nice to have, and thankfully I got a forge big enough to fit this in there. Oh, buddy! James! Oh, dear Lord! This is awesome! We got a miniature anvil here. And, wear safety glasses, Babco number 9, China. I'm wondering if this is actually a hardened working deck. It looks like it. Let's see if we get any rebound. We get some rebound and it's not affixed to any surfaces yet. This is going to be fun. James, this will get some use. I cannot express enough gratitude for this. It is extremely cool. Okay, we have what I believe here are vintage fence pliers, and I may actually clean these up and see if I can't turn them back into some working pliers. They may actually serve a purpose grabbing something around here. I'll figure that out once I get it clean and working right again. And I believe this is a plow tooth, which means a large chunk of good hardenable steel. Always love getting those. We have got a brush axe blade. I'm going to do some interesting stock removal with that when I figure out what I want to make. Okay, we've got a large handful of wrenches. I am going to take at least one of these and turn it into something interesting. James asked me to do a fork, so I may cut this big one in half and do a fork on one side, a knife out of the other if it proves to be hardenable. I'm also going to look at these and see which ones can be cleaned up, restored to newish and glossy, and have some fun with those, because these look like they are really, really old, and you know, it would be kind of a shame to turn these into other stuff when they can make very, very beautiful vintage wrenches for the shop. Oh, and he sent me one of his forks. Look at that. That is nice. That's really nice. Oh, Maker's Mark II. That is awesome. I'm going to take that up to the kitchen. Alright, we got a bag of some square nails, some screws and some bolts. Those are always handy. They're never here when I need them. We got a draw knife that could use some cleaning up. I have no idea if it's handmade or not, but I will definitely try to figure out how to use this, because the draw knife videos always look interesting when I see them being used. We've got a few railroad spikes. You know, I will throw these in with my other ones because these are the first thing I teach new smiths with. I can't say teach. I give them a railroad spike, I throw it in the forge, and I let them see how steel moves when they hit it with a hammer. And after that, if they really enjoy it and they want to do more, we'll pull out some hardenable steel and work on a blade. And usually we get something done. And give me 1 second, the mail truck came back. Okay, the mail came back, and it's even more good news. My 5-pack of 36 grit belts that I ordered after I sold a piece came in. So when I do sell stuff, I'm trying to use that to stock the shop back up at least a little bit. So I'll open those and hang them up in a little while here. Oh! Ball peen hammerhead. I've been trying to find one of these for a while so that I can make a hammer eye punch. I don't know if I'll do that with this one. I've got a much bigger brand new one from Harbor Freight that I'm going to use. So this may actually get an exotic wood handle so I can practice handling hammers, and then it'll be looking really cool after I clean this up and restore it to brand new looking. So keep an eye out for that. We've got some monstrous shears, and these are definitely going to be oiled and worked on and cleaned up, and I'm going to see if I can make them like new again, because they are extremely cool and they look really old. I hope they are. And a small pry bar. I'll figure out what to turn this into, because I guarantee I'm going to need a piece of steel like this for something at some point. And then we have a stack of files. Now these I can anneal and grind the teeth off and combine those with my high nickel bandsaw blade and make some attempts at Damascus. So that is coming at some point, hopefully soon. And that's like the entire box right there. James really went above and beyond on sending me this. So you're definitely going to see some cool projects made out of this stuff popping up. I'm not sure what I'm going to do first. I have one knife to finish off already on my plate that somebody is willing to pay for, and I've got, I think, one other blade to make for somebody else. They don't know they're getting it, so I'm not going to name names. And I'm going to start looking at this, and my first thing may be turning these files into stackable steel to make an attempt at traditional stacked Damascus, and see if I can make something out of it. because that would be amazing, and that is on one of my listed must-make projects. So I'm going to pan the camera back up. James, you are truly a decadent human being. I really hope the Kiradashi is satisfying and enjoyable when it reaches you. I should have that done sometime tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. I just got to polish the one bevel on it and get it up to a mere shine and make the sheath for it, and it'll be ready to go in a box and get sent out. And I'll probably have that packed in some kind of oil and bagged up so that it doesn't rust while it's in transit. So that's what we have for today. Hopefully y'all are having a good day. Hopefully y'all are staying cool outside. And I will also ping James via Messenger and express some gratitude there too. I can't tell you how awesome this is, but that's what I have for today. Y'all please stay safe in your shops this time of year. Watch your overheating. Make sure you're not too tired to work safely. Treat the equipment like it actively wants to hurt you. The batch of Kiradashis I've been working on have cut holes in my hands like 8 times now. Like, my hands are just a field of small cuts, and turns out acetone can soak, a little bit of acetone can soak through nitrile rubber gloves. Don't ask how I know. It's not pleasant when your hands are basically covered in fine cuts. So I have had to stop because I was too tired to work safely and go upstairs and just call it a day there. But anyways, y'all stay safe, and until next time, praise the forge and pass the borax. I'll see you guys later. Thank you, James.